So here is B, and this is our first event of the season for her. This is Rocking Horse Winter 1, and I have her going out in the intermediate. So just preparing her to come down the center line here. Trying to make sure I can get all of those points of getting nice and straight. But she does feel a bit tight. So I know I'm going to have to work through that through the test. So fairly good halt, good strike off. And then just trying to make sure I can get into those corners. And I was a little late in developing the extended trot, again, only because she is feeling pretty strong, so you can see her haunches are starting to lead a little bit. So I'm just trying to keep the lid on her energy at the moment. So working for this shoulder in right here. Again, just a little bit tight, which is fairly common for the first event of the season. It's kind of getting back in the swing of things for them. So our first movement was shoulders in, and then we did haunches in, and you can see she kind of lost a little bit of that rhythm there. She's very good about moving sideways. She's very supple that way. But again, we're just a smidge maybe stuck on the left shoulder in. And then doing our half 10, half 10. Now preparing for our haunches in, and I almost got too much angle. You see I came off the track a little bit. Probably could have had a little bit more bend through the rib cage. And then into our halt, so not quite square. And into our rein back, she did that fairly decent. And now going into the walk. And I've been able to score a 10 before on her walk, but when there's tension, that is not kind of in the card. So I'm feeling her just kind of build up right now. So I'm trying to just keep her walking and keep the step in order to not have the jig. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a half halt here because she wants to kind of fall in. I'm like half halting, and then she is saying no. And then we go into our canter. And then into medium canter, which again, I was a little conservative. Oftentimes when our horses are tight, you don't really want to go too big. You just want to try to get them to take a deep breath and to relax. And coming into our transition to our canter walk. And that was pretty good. And right now she's going in what's called a truss bit. It's a very, very soft rubber bit. And then again, I'm going to do the medium canter down the long side. I have to watch a little bit of the haunches coming in, and then she broke to the trot a little bit. And again, I feel like she balls up a little bit more, kind of coming into this right corner. And so now preparing for the walk transition. And we had some Spanish moves right there, but we had to walk a couple of steps, and then I just waited to get the canter. And now finishing up the test here with our half 10. And then coming down the center line. So not our best test, but certainly knocking off some of the cobwebs for Beatrice. So now heading into the show jump. And she's feeling really, really good in the warm-up. And now I'm heading to my first fence. She gives a really nice jump over it. This is intermediate, and she made that feel like a novice fence. And the thing with B has been always trying to be on the same team. Sometimes she can have her own opinions about things, but can be fairly typical with the mares. It's just getting them to come on to your side of the team, or rather you go to their side of the team. It's more like it. But she's jumping really great, making really good shape. And I want to make sure I keep coming through my turns so I don't have any time faults. This is a smaller ring though, but I saw a big shot coming into this triple, but she's very quick with her feet and was very good there. And now coming around, I see a good shot here, and I don't know what happened, but I felt like I was leaving while she was going the other way. Poor thing. So unfortunately, that kind of rattled us a little bit, and we had the cross canter, which caused the rail. It was just unfortunate. I just lost my leg position and couldn't stick it. So coming to the last fence and just having that one rail, but ultimately I was really pleased with her and how she show jumped. So now coming to the cross country, that was a big Tricaner. She's a very, very brave mare and likes to kind of take a hold and charge to a fence sometimes, so you really have to keep your position. This rode in a really lovely going stride, and she really almost got there early. And she can be a little bit, you think I'm going slow, but she has a very big stride and is pretty ground covering. So I'm going to make my way, because we have to do a right-handed turn to a fairly big oxer. She does that great. And then coming into our drop into the water. Just preparing her for this roll top. And then we have these angled jumps here, and she's very good at seeing the line and holding the line there. So I was really pleased with her. And now coming to, this is a corner combination. I had a little bit of a right drift, but we were able to stay inside the flags. And she was very good through that. And we're nearing the end of the course now. And I'm just letting her cruise, because again, this is the beginning of the season. We've only just started our gallops. So this is a good little fitness run for her. Coming down to nearing the end of the course. I see a really nice shot here. I'm able to get it right out of stride. And she finished up really nicely and recovered really well. And I was ultimately pretty pleased with her first outing of the season.